One of my favorite mangas of all time is called Hajime no Ippo. Probably pronounced it wrong, whatever. The main story is that this kid just wants to become a boxer. I don't know. He just is like, one day meets this guy who's a boxer and he's like, hey, teach me how to do that shit. And then the story progresses as he fights different opponents and different things and works his way up the world ladder. And he's got some defeats. He meets all these different people. It's a great story. It's like 20 years in the fucking making, right? And this whole time, yes, he's lost, but I mean, he's gotten to like the world championship. He's fought all these insane fighters. He's had this incredible run, right? And he just retires. Not because he just loses like the will to fight. You know, this whole time, these last 15 years, he's been fighting in these mangas, traveling the world, all this, right? He's got a love interest, but she's worried about him because of all the boxing and everything, right? And so he retires and goes to coaching, right? Because, again, all these people that he's met throughout the years, now they're becoming boxers, and so he's helping them. He's their corner man or their second, right? And now that he's the coach, you'd think that the story would be boring a little bit. You know, you'd think it would be like, oh, well, if he's not fighting, what's the fucking point? I mean, you've got Takamura, who's like the guy that got him into boxing, who's like super world heavyweight, like, you know, basically the level of Ippo, except he's like a different weight class, right? And so you've got like him to watch, right? So you do have like main characters that are like original main characters or whatever. But, you know, it's like definitely a change of pace. I mean, he's a second now. He's doing a lot more coaching. But you see little hints, teeny little hints. Like, for whatever reason, he's just wearing weighted vests and anklets and stuff now. He's not a boxer. He just wants to wear them. Who knows? I don't know. And so there's like, you know, a chapter where he's, you know, doing whatever. And they're like, oh, Ippo, do you still like throw punches or whatever? And he's like, yeah, you know, I keep it up, blah, blah, blah. Does a little punching, right? You know, and then he goes away, does whatever. And the guys come up to the bag, and the bag still has like his fist impact, like craters in the bag. And then another one, they do like a little light sparring, right? And he throws like a punch, and the dude literally gets like knocked back, and like as afterwards he takes off the glove and his hands like whatever, and he's like, yo, bro, is Ippo retired? What is going on? Like, what the fuck's up with this guy? And so right now there's this whole, and for me at least, they've given so many like little hints, and it's like, okay, which fight is he gonna take? You know, it's like, okay, we've got all the little hints, the little sprinkly bits, you know, because I mean, I guess he might not come back, but I would be so surprised if he doesn't come back. And this whole thing right now, I can't help but take what's happening with Bjerg and just like look at this and be like, is this the same thing? Am I reading? Is this like, did League of Legends, did Riot take the scripts from this manga and say, okay, let's apply this to TSM now? Because, I mean, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Bjerg, he just retired just because. He retired of his own volition. He didn't retire because of an injury. He didn't retire because of getting too bad or whatever, you know, becoming bad. Like, he just retired. He really did retire on top, okay? Domestically. Worlds, okay, yeah. But, I mean, look at this last TSM run, this last season, the script, the whole... I mean, Bjerg, it sucks that so many people will only remember what happened at Worlds, and it sucks that Worlds hurt so much, but he really did put on just a masterful performance. I mean, I don't think there's any or will be any other player in League of Legends history who will be able to achieve such a high win rate with so many games off so many seasons against so many people as Bjergsen and Zillion. There's just... I mean, maybe some small outliers, maybe in Europe, you know, but like, come on, no one's ever gonna play Zillion like Bjerg. No one's ever going to be able, I mean, Bjergsen in the four wards, you know, like, the man just is the fucking greatest, you know, and like him retiring of his own volition, just like, you know, that leaves the window open for him to come back, you know, that's just, for me, I know it, like he might be a coach now, he might be out of the spotlight now, but Bjergsen is not fucking done with League. Mark my words. Hajime no Bjergsen Arc 2 coming soon.